Good morning. It's Monday. We're millennials,
Lovely.
and let's talk about money. I'm Kelsey McDaniel. This is
Presenter.
Chris Sender, and he is a superstar salesperson at the Wooditch Group. So I want to know why you got started in sales because I think it's like a perfect industry for our generation because of how good we are with connecting with other people, and there's just so much money to be made. So, um, talk about why you got started in it.
Well, when you think about why would anybody want to be in it, because you're facing daily rejection, you're getting hung up on, and you really have no, you're not going to be sure if you're gonna make it or not, quite frankly. So the reason I got started was actually more of an insecurity thing. I had some issues with myself, and I didn't think I was as confident as I should be.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of trying to solve a problem, by I just decided, hey, I'm gonna face it by making myself get out there and be very nervous all the time.
Interesting. Okay, so what role does confidence play in sales? Because if you went in not confident in yourself, wouldn't it kind of be hard to?
Yeah, it was extremely hard, but I think confidence more than anything is going to make it easier on you, but it's not necessarily going to help you because there's confidence and then the appearance of confidence. And somebody can be, appear confident and be completely the opposite inside. And I think that's a skill that you have to learn, and you have to be able to say, I'm not confident in this situation. I don't know all the answers, but I'm, confident enough in myself to be able to get through it.
Mm-hmm.
So I think confidence more than anything is going to be, good for the person. It's going to make you feel better, but on the outside, I don't know if it really has a whole heck of a lot of impact.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just thought of that just now. So
Well, you were talking to me last week about confidence, like the buyer's confidence in you,
yes,
and how they have to feel that because if they don't feel that, like why would they buy from you, right?
yeah. So I think that when you initially start talking to somebody, I don't think that you need to know all the answers and necessarily have to be the expert in your field. Here I have a whole litany of resources that I can draw on at any time. I certainly don't know all the answers, and I wouldn't say I'm the best one to talk about coverage or claims, but I know that there's somebody here at my office that can talk about each individual thing, and they're an expert in that arena, whereas I prefer just to be an expert in sales and what I do.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of learning more and filling my brain up with, I don't want to say useless information, but I'm going to say useless
I
information,
love it.
technical stuff, I learn about how to I guess I don't want to say lead people because I don't tell people what to do, but maybe just inspire people and ask them for help all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And
So, what kind of skills do you have to develop to
I,
be a successful
I hate
salesperson?
to say it, but you got to learn to fake it till you make it a little bit.
Okay.
You need to be able to, the best skill really, I think, is to be able to understand what people want and to listen to people
Mm-hmm.
and to figure out what their goals are and to figure out what they want you to say, how they want you to respond. Because when I'm out at a prospect's office, I've never met this person at all. I can really quickly tell now from experience and from falling on my face 1,000 times that, hey, this guy wants this guy only wants a quote, he's not interested in moving, or this guy is really serious and he's ready to make a switch, but he needs to have confidence in my ability. And like I said, I don't think that a prospect needs to know that I know all the answers, but they
Mm-hmm.
need to know that I can find it, I can move heaven and earth and go figure out what the heck's going on
I like that.
and just push, 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 and they got to know that you're in it for them too. So
Mm-hmm.
one of the skills is being able to not appear desperate, not appear selfish. And I think most people when they get into sales, they pitch what they want, what they need, what their company does.
Mm-hmm.
But you need to listen to what the customer or the potential customer is saying, and kind of figure out how you're gonna fulfill what they want.
Right.
Because they'll
Okay.
tell you, just ask them. I don't think people talk to their customers like they don't just ask, "What do you want?"
Mm-hmm. Well, one thing that Bill always says is that people can smell through things on you: fear, desperation, and
And
greed,
BO.
and I guess yeah, and bo. So four. Um, so can you talk a little bit more about that as far as how do you show that you're not desperate and that you're not like greedy and you're not just trying to like make the sell really quick? Is there any like tips that you can give somebody in sales? Like I know Bill is really all about the money back guarantee. Is that
Yeah.
something that you talk about up front?
I would say it's more about the way you act and the way you talk to the client. So if you're, and I think it starts at the very first call. If you're trying to hang on and keep them on the phone as long as you possibly can, and you're trying to steal their time,
Hmm.
they'll sense that really quickly.
So walk me through a first call. Like, what do you say?
So I just say, hey, this is Chris at the Woodage Company,
Hmm.
and then they'll be like, who the hell is that? Or
So
they'll
you
say
say it.
nothing at all.
You say it almost like they should already be familiar with who you are.
Yeah, because I've been calling them forever. So I've called
Okay.
them 3 years. That's the next thing I say. I've been calling you for the last 3 years, and I know you're busy and you get a lot of calls. I know
Hmm.
that. So I really quickly empathize with them. I know they're like very busy, and I'm in a very humble position to be calling them
Yeah.
out of the blue and soliciting business. So I keep it very humble to the point, and I kind of let them, if they want to get out of the call, they're welcome to at any time. So that's kind of the difference in my approach is that, hey, this is Chris at the Woodage Company. I've been calling you for the last 3 years, and I know you're busy and get a lot of calls. And then I'll go into my pitch immediately because then if I stop the pitch, they'll interrupt me. So
Right.
I get out what I do, what I sell, and I say we do nothing but contractors and construction. It's the bulk of our focus, and I know we're a good fit for you. And I name a few reasons because I've already done research.
Hmm.
And I can't stop that process, otherwise they'll cut me off every time because that's their opportunity. But once you
Yeah.
get to that once you finish what you've said and you have a reason for them to listen to you further, you've kind of demonstrated that you've researched them and that they're a good fit for you, and it's not just a random cold call out of the blue where they have a number and a name and that's it. That's what people don't want to. They don't want to feel like they're talking to somebody that hasn't done any research or anything because it's
Hmm.
embarrassing for a CEO to take a call like that because
Right.
they're better than that, right? Or they
So
think
how
they
much
are.
research goes into each company before you call them?
I like to know the minimums so that I can at least have a talking point, but I don't want to spend all my time looking up
What are the
companies.
minimums?
I mean, it's different for every business, so I
Hmm.
couldn't tell what my minimums are going to be different from somebody who sells $100 product. They don't need to know as much; they just need to call more.
Gotcha.
But I sell, and if anybody's selling hundreds of thousands of dollars each time they do a transaction, then they probably have to have some
Little
minimum
more.
information to be able
Yeah.
to talk about their company and what's going on there, and then to be able to tie it into something that makes sense
Hmm.
ultimately. But you got to hook onto that emotional cue first. You got to be humble and be polite,
Right.
I think, or respectful at least.
So is that the takeaway for the day? Show confidence.
Yeah, fake confidence.
Fake it
Because you're
until
not
you
going to
make
have
it.
full confidence until you've been doing something for many, many years.
Hmm.
So, but no, I think the takeaway would be don't feel like you have to know everything about everything. If you're confident that you can say, I'm not the guy for that. I know who is at my office, and they're an expert at that, so you get a better answer anyways. So if you're able to do that, and then you're able to perform, then your client's going to be more confident in you because they know that you will get them to the right answer instead of just giving them a bogus response that isn't fully thought out.
Right. Well, Chris Zender, he is on his way to what time is it?
We got
You
a
you
couple
gotta
more minutes.
you
I
well
have
you gotta hit the road because
have
you
an
gotta
appointment.
show someone that you are a confident and a
Fake
confident
it.
person.
I'm gonna go out and fake it again.
No. You've been doing this 3 years. You know what you're doing now.
Well, I wouldn't say that, but yeah, I mean, the biggest thing about confidence is that you're not gonna get it overnight, and I think
Hmm.
it's worth saying again that you don't have to know everything. That's
Hmm.
that's once I got over that big hurdle, that I didn't have to know all the answers, that I could find somebody that knew it, and then I could also relay that to my clients. So rather than try to fake or derail the question
Yeah.
and just like tie it off, I could say, "Oh, that's a Darby question because Darby's the brains of my operation. So I don't know much about insurance.
We need to
I
get her
know
in
enough
here
to
one day.
I know enough to be dangerous, and I know
Hmm.
enough to help people, but I don't know the nitty gritty, and I don't want to. Frankly, I don't think that makes
Hmm.
sense for me.
I like that though. I know enough to be dangerous.
Yeah,
So
I can talk about it.
that's awesome. Okay, well, Millennial Monday, know enough to be dangerous. We'll be back next week.
Yeah. Well, I also wanted to talk because you had another question about
What was my other question?
how
Why don't you
millennials
take
pick
over?
how millennials pick a job.
Okay, we'll talk about that really quick.
You ask it because you got
Chris Zender, how do millennials select jobs? Like, why did you choose the Woodage Company?
Well, it's about so millennials need to figure out what they want. because I'm a millennial too, and I know that what I wanted was to make a certain amount of money to be able to learn the skills that I needed, and the skills are sales, and then overcome that confidence issue I had. I still have it every day if I do something new. Like, I don't have the utmost confidence if I were to go in front of 1,000 people and talk about insurance. That would not be me.
Right.
But if I'm talking about something I know, it's a lot easier and I have a lot more confidence. But so that was one of the I'm sidetracking again. But the millennials, I think we could all benefit by knowing exactly what we want out of life. And I think an issue nowadays is that people kind of jump from one place to another because job searching is relatively easy. You have LinkedIn, you have all these social media. So it's relatively easy to keep getting bumped up in salary and keep moving from place to place. But I don't think that's really improving your lifestyle if it's not taking you where you want to go in the first place. So I think there's a lot of distraction out there. And I don't think people are really sitting down and figuring out what they really want out of their career and out of their life, and then how they're going to really get there. Because in Southern California, everything's so expensive. To be able to buy a house in a nice area and to live comfortably, you need to make a lot of money. I just don't get how people do it. It's insane. So for me, the only way is to basically control my income and continue to make more money by selling, because there's no other way to do it. So that's how I picked this job.
To make money. As your confidence grows, do you see an increase in your paycheck too?
No, I see an increase in my comfort levels, but the only thing that'll increase my paycheck is action. That's the only thing. The only thing I notice is that when I make more calls, when I send out more mail, when I make more touches, that's when I see more income. But confidence it makes me more comfortable, which might not even be a good thing, but it makes me a happier person. That's it, which is good.
That's important. Yeah. That's a good thing.
Yeah. And but it's not commensurate with the income really.
Oh, okay.
Because you just have to, it's all about how much you do.
Activity rules success.
Yeah. Not to be trite and go back to that always, but
true. But that's the truth, and that's the principle that
you could be a great salesperson, you could be a crappy salesperson, but whoever does more is going to make more money. Unless you're terrible.
Unless you're just that awful. Oh my gosh. So, we should get me on the phone one day. That's what we should do. Try to teach me to be a good salesperson.
I don't know.
I'm too afraid.
Are you up for it?
I would like to learn, because what you were saying, I don't have confidence in myself, and then also I'm really sensitive, and I think somebody hanging up on me, I would get so devastated.
Yeah.
I would be totally devastated by that, but
it happens.
You need to learn to have tough skin, and I guess fake it till you make it confidence.
Yeah, I feel like the people that hang up on me they're just not, that was a bad decision for them to do that.
So that's what you tell yourself. That's how you get past the rejection. The sting of the rejection. You're like, hey, they're lost.
Yeah, but I kind of believe it now. You tell yourself a lie so long that you start to believe it. That's what I feel like I'm at.
That's awesome. All right. Anything else?
No, I think I got to get to that appointment.
Yeah, I think that you do. Okay. Know enough to be dangerous. Millennial Monday. See you next week.